Frederick Lamar.
Hi, I'm Marvin, and welcome to Sunshine Weekly,
Today we have hard-hitting stories.
bringing you the upcoming news and information.
First up, the Black Plague. Is it really deadly? Let's cut to Michelle. Thanks, Michelle.
Hey, Fred, on that note, why do cemeteries have fences all around them?
I don't know. Why?
Because people are dying to get in.
That's a nice slapper.
Thank you, Fred.
Next up, Princess of Genovia gone rogue. Tattoos everywhere. Reporters say.
My, Mia Thermathia. Next, wife won't kill herself after her husband dies. Judge Roundbottom sentenced her to death.
Wow, what a great story. Now for our feature story, Molly with the special guest Charlie on Islam.
Now we send it over to you, Molly.
Thank you so much, Marvin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to introduce to our special guest, Charlie.
It's lovely to be here with you, Molly.
It's nice to have you here, Charlie. So, first of all, for the viewers, we'd like to go over some basics. Who is the leader or founder of Islam?
Well, the founder of Islam was Muhammad, who of course died in 632 CE.
And what would you call the god you worship?
Allah, of course.
The Holy Book?
The holy book of Islam is the Quran.
And a question I'm sure many of the viewers out there are wondering, is Islam monotheistic or polytheistic?
Well, we only worship one God, who is Allah, so I would say monotheistic, definitely.
Now back to the spreading of Islam. What were some of the basic effects and measures that were put upon these countries?
With that conflict, created a division. So, when Islam took over, Christianity and Islam divided around the Mediterranean Sea.
Well, I know also, myself included, a lot of people are wondering out there how this so-called explosion started.
Well, really, the whole main reason of the spreading of Islam was us just trying to create peace. We had a very strong military, and after Muhammad died, we saw that many people were scared for their lives. So, we conquered the cities, moved in, and people started practicing our religion and gaining in our culture. That being said, though, I really do think the spread of this religion and culture will enrich many people's lives and lead them to live a happier tomorrow.
And after Islam had pretty much taken over all of these areas, what happened to these countries?
With that conflict, created a division. So, when Islam took over, Christianity and Islam divided around the Mediterranean Sea.
What were your views as a person of the Islamic faith while this was happening where you lived?
Well, myself personally, being a Shia Muslim, which means I, of course, follow Muhammad and all of his teachings and am guided by the Sunnah, but I also look at Muhammad's descendants like his cousin Ali.
And finally, do you have anything else you'd like the viewers out there to know?
Yes, there is one thing I'd like the viewers to know. To really satisfy Allah and all of the leaders of Islam, you must follow the 5 pillars of faith.
I'd like to thank you for all your time, Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, if we give Charlie a round of applause for being here tonight. Thank you so much, Charlie. And back to you, Marvin, in the studio.
Are you one of the Bantu travelers looking for a home? I would love to have you in my home.
Save the Bantu people. Just don't push them away.
Wow, thanks, Molly. Now I'd like to introduce you to LeBron on a new segment we call Don't Waste Your Money.
Hi, I'm LeBron. In today's segment, we're talking about the Silk Road and how it emerged in 600 CE. In the segment today, I'll be talking about the great man I met, an incredible trader, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was one of the greatest traders on the Silk Road. With his brute and his great trading abilities, he was able to trade with many people far and wide. I was arranged to meet him in a dark alley, so I was a little scared, but after meeting him, Genghis was a great guy. Me and Genghis were able to go all around his great Mongol empire, from us going all the way to China to a little bit of India. Genghis taught me so many ways to trade and the ways to persuade your people to give you what you want. Many people think Genghis was a horrible man, but to me, Genghis is a great friend. Genghis taught me life lessons, how to reach my goals, and to always strive for greatness. And for that, Genghis, I shout out to you. Thank you, Genghis. Now back to the story. This is a story that's really dear to my heart and to the many people who went to the Silk Road. Corruption. Genghis Khan and his band of Mongol warriors always liked to trade with many people and expand the world. But many people thought he was an evil man. Genghis killed, but also gave lots of materials to many new civilizations and helped them grow their economy. The corruption I'm going to talk about is the horrible prices. Genghis was offering the best prices on the Silk Road. When it comes down to giving the people affordable prices where they can go and make what they want, the Mongols were top dogs. Mongols also offered great protection. They say that if you walk with a silver plate on top of your head, you'll be able to reach it clean as a feather. The Mongols were great, and I recommend them for any of your buying or selling needs. And my journey to find my 21-year-old wife a beautiful dress. This is going to be a long story. Ready to get your popcorn? So basically, I went to go find the beautiful dress for my wife. I traveled far and wide with now my great friend Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan showed me so many different places with so many different styles, but the one I picked was a beautiful one from China. China had a great deal of materials, gold, silver, and the most beautiful jewels you can imagine. So when picking it, I was so delighted. When I gave it to my wife, she smiled. She was so happy, and that also made me happy. Okay. But don't forget, they had great competition. Now I'm gonna send it over to my great friend Bobby in the studio.
Are you ever in the need for something wonderful in your life? Well, I recommend you come on down to the Silk Road off of 749 and get some luscious gold flakes. Come out and try our lovely gold flakes. You can put them on your hair, on your legs, your body, or even in your food. Come on out and try it now for the low, low price of $19,800 million.
Oh, hi, didn't see you there. Let me talk about the only thing that challenged the Silk Road, the Indian Ocean trade. Now, Europeans were very interested in the spices that were in India, and they were coming from all over the place to get those spices. They wanted those spices. But there were only select times that you could come across the Indian Ocean. So they had to wait for the monsoon seasons, for those winds and those strong currents. They waited for that one select time to get those spices. Now, the Bantu migration happened because of these areas, and Swahili culture started to pop up all over the place. Mixtures of every culture that happened. That was dumb. A mixture of cultures, and they were all set up to stop the Europeans from gaining a presence in the Indian Ocean trade. Trading ports near India and on that coast and in Arabia were slowly and steadily becoming kingdoms through the wealth that they obtained in the Indian Ocean trade. And that wraps up our story.
Hi, welcome back to Nellie's Nook. And today, our main topic will be the Bantu migration. As I'm sure you've noticed today, most everything we've been talking about has related back to each other in one way or another. So, for one of our final segments for this show, we'll be talking about the Bantu migration and how it affected the people of Africa. So first off, I'd like to show a little demonstration of how the Bantu people from sub-Saharan Africa to West or South African coast. So if you could throw me my trusty helpers, producers, that would be great. Whoa. Okay. So So, to explain the basic phenomenon of the Bantu migration, I have two Barbies right here. So first, this Barbie represents Indian Ocean trade. She has hair that's red, so most of these people have never seen red-haired people, just like they had never seen a lot of the different goods that are coming around. She has silver shoes and silver on her dress. Again, a great example of something that I've never seen before, so they're fascinated. Also, one more thing to note, the fur she has, the African people have seen fur, but the abundance of fur that they were now seeing was something like they've never seen before. Now this Barbie, she represents the Bantu people. She looks a lot like everybody else, nothing special about her, and her dress and clothing isn't as elaborate as the people that were dealing with Indian trade were. So, this Barbie, of course, envies the new trade and phenomenon going on with Indian Ocean trade. Of course, the Indian Ocean trade was just one thing, but the Bantu people was a lot more than just one Barbie. So, the Bantu people gathered together. This represents, obviously, more than one. And they gathered together and went and decided that they were going to morph and become Swahili, which Swahili is basically a way of saying mixing of cultures. So they all kind of morphed together, and a person came out of it that present day was looking like this. She had a gorgeous dress on, but she definitely kept some of her traditional Bantu ways. She still had similar hair, she had dark skin, so she was definitely merging the two cultures together. I hope you learned a lot from our quick and easy demonstration on the Bantu migration. That's all for now, and so I will send it to Sunshine Weekly back in the studio.
Look at these faces. Do you really want the Mongols to hurt these animals too? Call 555-5555 to end their suffering.
Hi, is the Black Plague stopping you from doing what you love, like living? Do you look like Michelle? Thanks, Michelle. Well, the doctors would recommend that you keep popping those pills. A pill a day keeps the Black Plague away. Side effects may include itching, red eyes, Black Plague, rashes, coughing, vomiting, blisters, and in extreme cases, death.
Breaking news. More lives affected by the Black Plague. This time, the victims were a little boy and his father, leaving a mother and a young girl all alone. This family is just one of 25 million affected by the Black Plague. This plague was able to reach this family by rats on Asian trading ships, but watch out, it could also be spread through fleas and chemical warfare used by the Mongols. The Mongols may have been beneficial at unifying Asia and helping trade along the Silk Road, but it did terrible things to many people in Asia using chemical warfare, and many lives were lost. This plague has been one of the worst epidemics in history, resulting in nearly 1 in 5 lives lost. More than 1/4 of Europe's population was lost, medical professionals lost all respect, and Jews and lepers were scapegoats and outcasts from society. It took many years for both these continents to recover economically and for the population to stabilize.